Commented last week about how the team really felt the fans' presence last week against Atlanta, making sure to really making sure the fans really
Didn't attempt to catch that one, Matt.
Here's Quattrin with the throw-in for Toronto. They call him the Q. As Toronto drives off that line out with a maul, and there, closer, and it collapses, and another whistle.
Great play from the Arrows. And they do this well from time to time. Certainly.
And it's a try awarded.
There you go. Try time. What a start for Toronto, Matt. Just what they wanted, just what they needed.
One guy with the throw in for Old Glory, but it's taken, stolen by the Arrows, who are now playing with energy we haven't seen. Hey, Mark, let's go down to Bree on the sidelines. Bree?
Mark, you mentioned earlier that there are plenty of shifty kicks that Toronto had already put on early in the match, even before that first try. You can see they're really taking advantage of the kicks here, putting pressure into their
look of being a great match today, Mark. DeNoble getting his first opportunity with the ball. Frazier over him to Satala. Luke Campbell, and a whistle and a turnover and a penalty to Toronto.
Yeah, that means Old Glory need to score 3 times, get the lead.
And he does.
His doctors having to play rugby and get paid for it.
There's a line out taken by Toronto. There's Lucas Rumble, the captain, feeding it back off his stomach. Here's Lesage, the co-captain with Rumble. There's a big stick by Cusano, who we haven't heard much of today for Washington, because Toronto has had most of the ball. And that's got to change for Old Glory. And there's a quick tap with the penalty. It's going to come back. Rod had the right idea, Mark.
Certainly did. Yeah, Toronto looked at time ticking away.
It seems like the tide has turned a little bit, and Old Glory has had possession, and they've started to impart their will. And there he is again. Threaten Palamo. Threaten Palamo. Can he get it in? Try for Threaten Palamo, and a beauty, Mark. You called it. Dug out by Broad. Toronto again showing some life. Perhaps looking for a big score before the half. Oh, Palamo with a huge tackle. He's playing both sides of the ball. A man possessed, threatened Palamo. Quattrin takes it to the turf. Here's a drop goal by Taylor Adams. And it was no good, and that's going to be time if it wasn't playing the advantage, and it wasn't. It looks like that's the half, Mark.
Mix things up, maybe look to create some space around Threaten.
All right, speaking of threatening, here come the Toronto Arrows again. Mieres gets it into Detroit. There's Diana, who had a great try in the first half. He was all over the pitch. And there's a big break. Here goes Quattrin. Quattrin with the score for the Arrows. And they control, taken by Gibbons. There's a little bit of a rolling maul. The back of that line out, take it to the ground. Now Old Glory going for the try zone, and they get it.
Wow. Little kicks ahead, long kicks ahead. This is a brilliant game.
There's the throw in from McRogers, number 16 in the red scrum cap. He had 2 tries against Atlanta. He's in there. He's another one of those young front rowers for Toronto. They've got some good substitutions coming off that bench. There's Tuckelett. There's Higgins in at scrum half. Jason Higgins in for Broad. There's Lesage. Had a try earlier. Toronto pressing forward into the try zone.
Unbelievable.
This was the starter at scrum half last week against Utah on the road. There's a little kick up in the air. Roberts Tanana. DeBulis. Takes it to the ground. And it's spilled and turned over. Toronto again on attack. There's Lesage. Oh, a great pass to Tucolette. Back inside. It's going to be Higgins for the try. There's another whistle. And a quick tap off the penalty by Danny Tusitala. Simi Moala. There's Threaten Palamo again with that one hand reach up, gives it to Roberts Tanana, who spins his way into some free space. Toronto thought they had him. Josh Brown with a crack. And you can still hear these fans cheering, Mark, which is such a great thing that we have missed so dearly in every sport, but particularly in rugby. And we've got this game being played in D.C., and the Mets and Nationals couldn't get their games played. The whole series got canceled in Washington, D.C. So this is really a credit to Paul Sheehy, Paul Dunleavy, and the whole Old Glory staff. They have really done a good job as Tusitala gets it into the hands of the try scorer, Max Lum. And that would be Brian Ray of America's Rugby News and Doug Coyle of DJCoyle.com. Thanks for your input on these players, guys.